What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to Puff Puff Pass comedians on weed. I don't know exactly who's all on this list of comedians, but we're just gonna watch the video, see who's on the list, see what kind of 420 Puff Puff Pass jokes these guys have for us. Let's get into it.
Real question. How many people in the house tonight smoke weed? How many people in the house tonight high right now?
The weirdest thing when I was like a kid was how much they scared us about smoking weed. They scared us about it constantly. And I've been on tour this year. Marijuana's legal in like 18 or 19 states in some form or another. It's insane. Yeah, well, all right, don't woo if you're white. It's always been legal for us. Come on, sir.
European.
Go to jail for marijuana, you silly Billy. When I was arrested with a one-hitter at a Rusted Root concert, I did not serve hard time. I think I got an award.
Got an award.
18 or 19 states. And by the way, I agree, it's a very good thing. But it's also a really weird thing. Because this is the first time I've ever seen a law change because the government is just like, fine, you know? I've never seen it before. Like gay marriage and healthcare, we have to battle it out in the Supreme Court and be like, gay people are humans, and they're like, we'll think about it. But with weed, it was just something we wanted really badly, and we kept asking them for 40 years, like, excuse me. And then suddenly the government became like cool parents, and they're just like, okay, here.
Well, everybody that grew up with the stupid bullshit laws, they eventually were like, these are stupid bullshit laws, and then they were now adults and they're able to change it. Usually how some bullshit laws get changed, you know, some kids growing up like, no, we don't need this is dumb.
Take a little.
Change it.
We'd rather you do it in the house than go somewhere else and blah, 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 blah.
The cool mom, you're cool mom.
I have kids and I lie to them.
You're real good.
I get high
Love this
around
guy.
too. People say you shouldn't do that, but they don't see it. They say you shouldn't be intoxicated around your children. Well, I'm not. I'm high. Call it elevated.
There's
It's
a difference,
different
bro.
thing.
Come on. I'm
They
elevated.
don't, the people who have a problem with that, they don't understand what getting high is. Like, they think you're gonna be like to your kid, like, who are you?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think? What's
You
the
just
worst
mellowed.
thing that can happen if I'm a little high around my kid? They're gonna get extra hugs, and daddy's gonna be paranoid about objects. Look out. Don't go there.
You hear the
That's it.
ohs
Plus, I have
and
cool
oohs in the audience.
I have a 6-year-old daughter, man. There's not a lot a 48-year-old man and a 6-year-old girl have in common, other than the fact she's my daughter. And so our conversations are normally pretty boring. But when I'm high, I'm like, you call that thing your baby, your doll, you call it your baby, but you know it's not a baby, right? Yeah, I know it's not a baby. Do you call it a baby because you're the youngest and you like having someone who is responsible for you? Maybe. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Give me a hug. I love you.
She asked me to eat a 5-course meal that was cooked with marijuana. Yeah. Now, I am not
5-course
a big
meal?
weed
God
person.
damn.
I just look like a weed person. And I've never done edibles before because I don't eat green stuff. And so she asked me to eat this meal, and I was like, ugh, I don't like weed, but I like foods. Okay, I'll do it. So we're eating this meal,
you bent
and
my arm.
I've never had a full joint before, and I'm just sopping it up. It tastes so good. I keep forgetting weeds in it. I'm like, so good. And I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna.
Listen, I don't like. I've said I don't get high with edibles, and a couple of people on YouTube said I was low on enzymes. But yeah, I don't get high off edibles. But what I do know about edibles is that they taste like fucking shit. There's no way you're eating a 5-course meal edible, whatever, and not tasting edibles. You're tasting the weed every time. I don't care who you are, you taste it. Like there's some flavors that mask it really well, but you still taste it. There's still a taste of weed. There's not one thing that I've ever had. I mean, maybe there's something out there new now, but there's not one thing that I've ever had that was strictly flavorless of weed. Like it tastes like just Coke or whatever. You know what I mean? No, everything had a little bit of flavor.
It's gonna happen, but I'm like, let go, let God. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just like, eating it. They're like eating like half their portions. I'm like, you guys are losers. Come on. Eating it. By the fourth course, I look over at my friend Josh, who eats edibles like all the time, and he is sweating bullets. His eyes are red. He's like, I've never been this hot in my life. And I'm like, shit. Shit. Oh God, what is gonna happen?
I'm gonna get so
me?
fucked up.
Oh, what is gonna happen? That, of course, does not keep me from eating dessert. They bring out the fifth course.
You got out the
it's
brownie,
bread
man.
pudding. Those are literally my two favorite
pudding.
foods, bread and pudding. Of course, I'm gonna eat that. So I eat all that. The waiter comes over. I was like, hey, man, can I ask, like, how much weed do you think I have consumed in this meal? Like on a scale of Michael Phelps to Snoop Dogg, how high am I?
Michael Phelps
And he
is
was like, well, let's just say you ate everything. I was like, let's just say I did. He's like, then you had about 5 joints. 5 joints, people! I've never had a full joint. I have just consumed 5 joints in one meal, and it hasn't hit me yet. So I'm just like, okay, maybe I'm indestructible. Maybe that's my superpower. And then all of a sudden, my right eyelid just slammed shut. Oh my God! Oh my God! One eye! Oh my God! One eye! Chelsea's dying
It's getting so
laughing.
heavy.
She's trying to pry
Twitching
it
his shit.
open. It will not come open. I'm like convinced I'm gonna be like a pirate. I'm like, I'm gonna be a pirate. I'm gonna have a patch. I don't even have a cool story. I just have no self-control. I'm trying to open up. I don't have access to my hand. It won't reach up there. She tells me to like get up and go get some water. And so I try to stand up and I can't walk. And for some reason, I think the best way to help with gravity is to walk like a pony. So I start like a calf just being born, walking like a pony. I look like one of those sad dogs in the Sarah McLachlan commercials. Adopt me, please. Adopt me. I lost all control of my body. I was like a senior citizen all of a sudden. Chelsea's so embarrassed. She's like, get her out of here. I'm like, you did this! You did this to me! You created this monster! I get in the car, we get home, it's like a 30-minute drive, and I think I'm passed out. I can't hear anything, so clearly I'm not talking. I get home, I pass out because I can't function. I called Josh the next day. I was like, dude, like what happened in the car at home? Did I even talk? Like, he's like, literally for 30 minutes, every single house we passed by, you told us what year that house was built, how many bedrooms it had, what the square footage was. Out of nowhere, I became a real estate agent. And you know what the best part was? I sold 3 houses.
One of my favorite things to do, is I like to get very high right before I go to bed. Yeah. Like 50, 100 milligrams, something like that. Yeah. I know. That sounds like a lot if you weak as fuck, but the goal is to be high enough as I fall asleep that I'm still high when I wake up. Right? And then
Makes sense.
my morning thoughts be genius. You know? And I did this a couple weeks ago, and I woke up and I just understood women so much better. Yeah, and we gotta have more empathy for women, because this is what I thought about when I woke up that morning. I was like, okay, imagine, sir. Imagine we live in a universe where you born with just 200 nuts to bust. Think about it. Think about it.
Damn.
You've been walking around infinite your whole life. You ain't never had to count them. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never had to worry about running out.
Never.
Yeah. You need to have a lot more sympathy for women, right? Because, you know, they born with all the eggs they gonna ever have, right? And by the time they hit puberty, their body is destroying them shits. Every single month. Oh, nobody came in, you suffer, bitch. Suffer. You know? So every time you want to be
Weird
like, man, this
little
bitch
one, but-
crazy. No, she's disappearing from the inside. From the inside.
And that's a big deal because they scared us about weed
No.
constantly.
She
It would be on our
disappeared.
sitcoms. We'd be watching Saved by the Bell. We'd be having a great old time. And then suddenly a character we had not seen before would show up with some weed and the episode would stop cold in its tracks. And they'd always hold the joint. The bad guy would hold the joint in like a villainous way. They'd always offer the joint in a way that no one ever holds a joint. Like it's a skull in a Shakespeare play. And now it's legal, and that is great news. Unless you're a weed dealer, and then it is terrible news. And I don't just mean because they're about to lose out to Amazon.com. I more feel bad for weed dealers because they're about to find out that we only showed them a certain amount of politeness because they had an illegal product. And we don't show that same politeness to people who deliver legal products. Like when the Chinese food delivery guy comes, we don't let him hang out after he's delivered the Chinese food. And we don't look the other way when he says weird shit to the girls we're hanging out with to try to preserve the relationship. And we definitely
Damn,
don't
I gotta
give
keep getting
him
this 20
some
grand,
of
yo,
the
for
Chinese
$100.
food. He's never like, hey, can I get in on those dumplings? And we're like, yeah, we're all friends.
I do have to tell you now, I don't drink anymore. I can't do it. The drink, like the hangovers are just too intense on my body. I don't like it. I'm too old for it. But then I moved to California where weed is legal. And everybody, as soon as I got here, they were like, no, Joel, like, all you gotta do is smoke some weed. Marijuana is the best hangover cure. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but I have. And boy, is it like putting a hat on a hat. It is not a good remedy. No. I still had a splitting headache and I felt like everyone was mad at me. So, not an experience I would recommend, I have to tell you.
Next thing I know, Snoop reaches under the desk
Hey, give me
and he
the
pulls
ass.
out the biggest blunt I have ever seen. Oh, this sucker was huge. As soon as he pulled out that freaking blunt, I got excited because I wanted to grab my cell phone. Okay? I wanted to grab my cell phone so that I could take a selfie of Snoop in the background being Snoop. So while I'm fumbling, trying to get my phone, Snoop starts talking to me again. Yo, Big Fluff. Yeah, what? Hit that while I hit this.
It's a cannon, man.
The second I went like that, all of the cameras in the room, red light, red light, red light, red light, red light. My publicist is like, no! My son is like, and now I'm being faced, bro. I'm being faced with a serious situation because, you know, I've talked about friends participating in doing stuff like this, but I've never openly talked about myself, you know. And now I realize that from this moment forward, people are gonna know what happened here with Snoop. So I started trying to find ways to justify it to myself. You know, if you're gonna do something like this on camera, you want it to be with Snoop. You want it to be with Snoop, Cheech and Chong,
Yeah.
or Willie Nelson.
Yeah. Legends,
Next
man.
thing
Legends,
I know,
yo.
the manager hands me a lighter, I light it, and I take a big hit. So listen.
Guys with the sound
I'm
effects
doing
so
my
good, yo,
best
always.
to hold in all this smoke because I don't want to look like a punk in front of Snoop Dogg. I'm trying. I'm fighting, bro. It's hard, you know. The whole time Snoop is like, hell yeah. That's what I'm saying. Fluffy going puffy today.
Puffin fish, yo. Oh, man.
I do not remember the rest of the interview.
Oh, man, that's so good, yo. This video was so good. Comment down below what you thought the funniest joke was. Give this video a like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.